Yeah, we know we knock 'em down. You know we knock 'em down.
What's good, YouTube? It is your boy Big Cool coming to you from Colossal Boxing Talk. Colossal Boxing Talk is associated with Three Kings Boxing under the movement umbrella, and I am back with another video. Tonight is a big night for a couple of junior welterweight contenders. Regis Prograis will be going up against Julius the Blue Machine Indongo for the vacant WBC junior welterweight title. This is Prograis' biggest fight today. This is a huge step up. He's coming off of a big victory over fellow undefeated prospect at the time, Joe Diaz Jr., where he just obliterated him, stopped him in the second round, and now he has his eyes set on, Indongo. They had to weigh in yesterday. Both guys made weight. If you could tell by the pictures, I'll post some pictures from the weigh-in in this video. There's a big height discrepancy between Indongo and Prograis. I believe Prograis is 5'8.5" to Julius Indongo's 5'10.5", 5'11". So, this is definitely going to be an interesting clash of styles. Which guy is going to be able to, dictate the pace of this fight, dictate the distance, be able to execute their game plan and come out with the victory. First up, let's look at the rising junior welterweight contender, Regis Prograis, who is from New Orleans, Louisiana, but he's fighting out of Houston, Texas. 20-0 with 17 knockouts. So his record indicates he's a big puncher. If you watch him fight, he's a guy who is very powerful. He's very determined. He has some very good skills. He's still learning. He needs to work on his defensive head movement and kind of not squaring himself up because he tends to do that when he goes in on an attack offensively, and he can't get caught like that. For him to be successful in this fight, he's going to have to get inside of Julius Indongo's jab, who happened to be a southpaw. Very long, very rangy, very tall. Once he gets inside that jab, he's going to have to work the body because Terrence Crawford, in their undisputed junior welterweight title fight, did that successfully and knocked out Julius Indongo with a body shot in the third round. So for Prograis to be successful and win this fight, he's going to have to close that distance, work Indongo over to the body, break his spears, break his wheel earlier to stop that movement because, like I said, Indongo likes to move, likes to box from the outside and gives angles. For Indongo to win is simple, confuse the much more inexperienced Prograis in this fight. He needs to turn him, give him different angles to deal with, get him out of position, let his hands go. I think he's the faster of the two. He's not as powerful a puncher as Prograis, but he does have some solid power. And if he can, sit down on those shots and get Prograis to respect not only the boxing ability, the length and the range and the awkwardness of him, but also the power, it can spell big trouble for Prograis, who hasn't fought a guy on the level of Indongo ever in his career. And yes, he's fully confident. He has the power to make up for the lack of experience. But still, Indongo is a very good fighter. He didn't win the IBF and WBA junior welterweight titles just because he got lucky. He went over to Ricky Burns' backyard in Scotland and dominated that fight. He took the fight to Ricky Burns early and dominated him. You know what I'm saying? He's very underrated. I mean, it's going to be also interesting to see how he bounces back after that one-punch KO body shot he suffered against Terrence Crawford. It's going to also be interesting to see how he reacts once he gets hit with a good body shot. And he no doubt will get hit with a good body shot from Prograis, who is just a tremendous up-and-coming fighter. But this fight is really not too much to break down in terms of whatever, because we haven't really seen Prograis in too much adversity. We know that this is a fight that spells trouble for him. I would not be surprised at all if he indeed takes his first L, because Julius Indongo is proven to be tough. Although he's taking this fight on short notice, he has a lot of physical advantages going into this fight, and more importantly, he has the the experience advantage. We'll find out who's the more mentally tough fighter when the fight gets tough, because only 3 fights of Prograis has went the distance, so he's not as accustomed to going, the full 8, 10, or 12 rounds that Julius Indongo is. So will that play a factor mentally? Because I don't question Prograis' stamina at all. It's going to be a mental thing, and he's already said in the interview myself and my boy Bo from the Truth and Facts About Boxing did with him about a month ago. He said when I asked him what do he feel that a lot of people overlook or underrate about his game, and he said nothing physically, it's mentally. He thinks that he's has a high ring IQ, and it's going to be very interesting to see that ring IQ on display. He's going to have to cut the ring off on Indongo, pin him against the ropes, and let his hands go, chop into the body, going up top, setting up his power shots. He needs to work behind his jab as well. He needs to be able to establish other punches beside his power. He needs to show that he can think in there, that he could get Indongo out of position, and win those little things that a lot of people may overlook when watching the fight. With that being said, I'm gonna roll with the young up and coming guy from New Orleans, Regis Prograis, to win his first world title, become the WBC interim junior welterweight champion. I think he's going to get Indongo out of there between rounds 6 and 8. Body shot, too much power, too much pressure, too much physical strength for Indongo, who took this fight on I think 6 weeks short notice. I think he's going to perform well early, but I think that Prograis' power is going to be the deciding factor in this fight. So I got him winning his first world title via 8th round TKO, and setting his sights on the full champion, between the winner of Jose Ramirez and Amir Mum, who's fighting a week after, for the full WBC junior welterweight title. So if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to Colossal Boxing Talk. Drop those comments in the comment section below, letting me know if you agree or disagree with my assessment of this fight. Head over to Facebook, smack the like button on the Colossal Boxing Talk Facebook page. Follow me on Twitter at ColossalCBT. Be sure to turn on the notifications to get notified every time I upload content. Shout out to everybody in the movement that's moving with us. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.